Over the last 5, 6, 7 years, thousands of people have come from all over the United States. We've had delegations from China and Australia and Ireland and the UK, Iceland, to come in and visit Garden Spot Village to see what we do. Why do you think that is?
Interestingly enough, a few moments ago you asked me about innovation. I actually do think it's because you are in your world. I think you're incredibly innovative. We've worked with this profession. It's interesting. You've heard me throughout our interview talking about CCRCs, but you and I were talking. I have it right here and I love this phrase that it's really about that post-career industry. Okay, I love that so much better. And this is a fast-growing profession and industry, and you're absolutely innovators. There's no two ways about it. I also sense that it's not just that you're innovative. It's interesting, innovation comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes. And quite frankly, there's a lot of cultures associated with it. There's a lot of mindsets associated with it. Again, I'm going to keep taking this back to your mission and your culture. I think what makes it such a compelling place to come visit isn't that you're not just trying new and different things, because lots of people are doing that everywhere, but that you're doing that in the context of a mission, literally, mission-driven. And I think that in itself makes it a bit different. And the folks that you're having that are coming to visit you are individuals that many times understand the power of a mission and what it stands for. So I think that part of the compelling piece. I think another part of the compelling piece is, I think the style of your leadership team. Many times when you think innovation, you think of a culture type, a personality type, and you, interestingly enough, your leadership team is the antithesis of that. Modest, low-key, generous, self-reflective, and that's an interesting set, okay, of attributes that you don't always see coming together. So I think the hook's your innovation, but I think what the compellingness comes. The hook's the innovation, but I think the compellingness comes from the package of Garden Spot Village, which is you have the hook, but when you get here, you see an interesting leadership team. You see a leadership team that doesn't talk as much about the innovation as they do about their people. Right there, that's different. You have a leadership team that is very proud of this new and different way of doing things, but actually they're much prouder of the fact that they had a culture where you could have this incubation process. So the hook is the creativity and the innovation. I think the package is what makes it so compelling. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, but it really appears that you have individuals that genuinely care about this community called Garden Spot Village. I'm certain my calling it a CCRC would be offensive, because they don't look at it as a continuing care retirement community. They don't look at any of the residents as retired. The residents don't look at themselves as retired. Let's talk a bit about that work and serve, because I love that concept, and I absolutely believe that's part of your culture. I mean, I've said this to you, there's a feeling here. Culture is something you can't touch, you can't point to it, you can't hug it, but culture can make you want to hug, okay? Even though you can't hug it. And there's something about your culture that you want to embrace it and you want to hug it. There's no two ways about it. But on behalf of every employee out there, and I hope you show them this part of the interview, some days even serving is work. So I so understand what you're saying. But here's the beauty. There are days when your employees show up that it's work. It's work because they had a tough morning. It's work because they're worried about childcare at night. It's work because they're tired. It's work because the person they love to work with had a tough week, and they're carrying a little bit more of the load. So I believe there's a service mentality, but the beauty is on those days when it's work, they still think about serving. There's the difference.